Welcome to my channel, and if you love anime, please hit that subscribe button and join our community. Let's dive into today's recap and keep this anime adventure going. This old man was the most powerful demon of all. George, in a single swift stroke, sliced him into 3 parts. However, it seemed that he would soon reunite thanks to his demonic nature. The old man remained passive throughout the entire encounter, toying with George the entire time. Additionally, he possessed the ability to transform into 5 distinct forms. The second form resembled a towering mass of women. The third form took on the appearance of a goat-headed demon, covered in menacing tentacles. The fourth shape manifested as a hulking creature, capable of mimicking his opponent's abilities and rapid regeneration. Lastly, the fifth transformation turned him into a demon lord of godlike proportions. His deadly laser eye possessed the power to annihilate everything in its path. Could mere mortals turn the tide against this formidable adversary? As for Kato, his life was tragically cut short on his way home. Yet upon awakening, he found himself in a mysterious room, reborn. 2 figures, Reika and Suzuki, greeted him and explained that everyone in the room had met a similar fate. Their survival depended on fulfilling a mission bestowed by a mysterious black sphere. With a sudden burst of music, the black sphere revealed their mission: to vanquish a demon lord known as Narera Hayan. Failure to complete the task within a given time frame meant certain death for all. Thus, the black sphere transported them to a perilous realm. The scene was one of chaos and terror as a faceless demon rushed towards them. Suzuki, gripped by fear, fired her weapon, but it fell short and had no effect. Nishi stepped forward, taking a single shot that struck the Demoness in the head, ending its threat. The device in Reika's hand sounded an alarm, and a horde of monstrous creatures emerged, signaling the beginning of the ominous Night of 100 Ghosts. Among the specters, a grotesque, large-headed ghost fixated its gaze on Kato. Panic spread as everyone raced for their lives, pursued relentlessly by the relentless demons. Kato found himself pinned down by the menacing big-headed ghost, but his durable suit shielded him from certain doom. In their darkest moment, a gunshot rang out, saving them from the brink. It was the well-prepared Osaka team, a force far superior in combat prowess. The once feared group of monsters posed no challenge to the Osaka team and met a swift demise. Suddenly, an unexpected threat emerged in the form of a scythe-wielding serpent. George swiftly aimed his energy gun at the serpent, reducing it to ashes. The number of demons dwindled and the crowd erupted in cheers. Suzuki explained to Kato that accumulating 100 points offered 3 choices from the black sphere: a stronger weapon, reviving a fallen comrade, or erasing one's memory and returning to the real world. As they believed victory was within reach, they failed to notice a figure observing from the sky: Narahayan, the mission's target assigned by the Black Sphere. At that moment, Kato spotted an elderly man in danger of being slain by a monster. Without hesitation, he intervened, taking a shot to protect the elderly man. Kato narrowly avoided losing his own head, driving a makeshift weapon into the monster's eye and delivering a decisive blow to its vital spot. The monster's head split open in a burst of red light, earning Kato the admiration of Enzu from the Osaka team. Through her, Kato learned about the team's members. The bald man, George, had achieved a perfect score of 100 points 3 times. The taller figure, Nobuo, had achieved it 4 times. Then there was the legendary Okachiro, boasting an astonishing 7 perfect scores of 100 points. Suddenly, the ground shook violently, and a menacing minotaur emerged from beneath the water, emitting a menacing hiss. At that moment, a colossal mech warrior emerged from across the street, and an epic battle ensued that defied their wildest imaginations. Suddenly, Narera Hayan's guardian Teng descended from the heavens. The human machine guns proved futile against his might as he swiftly dispatched them all. Kato fired his energy gun at the Teng, briefly immobilizing it, but it soon broke free. Just in the nick of time, George and Nobuo from the Osaka team arrived. George took careful aim and delivered a precise shot, causing the Teng to crash to the ground. However, to everyone's surprise, it was wounded but not dead. Nobuo unleashed a barrage of gunfire, but the Teng withstood the onslaught. The Teng retaliated by seizing Nobuo and slamming him into the ground. In a final effort, Nobuo managed to shoot the Tengu in the head before succumbing to his injuries. To the astonishment of the onlookers, Narahayan, the Demon King, made a grand entrance. George exerted all his strength, but it proved futile against the formidable foe. Even his proudest swordplay was ineffective. In desperation, he activated his battle armor's frenzy mode and attempted to strangle Narera Hayan. However, in an unexpected twist, Narera Hyon transformed into a female hell, engulfing George within her. Nishi arrived just in time to use his gravity gun to finish off Narera Hyon. But in a sudden turn of events, the pool of blood underwent a disturbing transformation, and Narera Hyon evolved into a tentacled, goat-headed demon king. Nishi quickly turned invisible and prepared a sneak attack, but he was immediately detected and lost an arm. Kato rushed to Nishi's aid, leading the retreat under the bridge. Meanwhile, the battle between the giant mech warriors and the Minotaur reached a critical juncture. The mech warriors were outmatched and soon found themselves defeated. In that dire moment, a figure in battle armor leaped onto the Minotaur's head. It was the legendary Okahachiro. He unleashed a furious assault, ultimately defeating the Minotaur. Now the ultimate showdown was at hand. On one side stood Okahachiro, a human weapon with an impressive 7 perfect scores of 100 points. On the other side loomed the ultimate demon, Nurahayon. The goat-headed demon lord's blasts had no effect on Okahachiro. With a determined resolve, Okahachiro unleashed his most potent attack yet, firing numerous energy cannons from between his hands. Just when they believed the battle had come to an end, Okahachiro informed them that the main event was yet to come. The golem had evolved once more, this time into a formidable muscle monster brimming with explosive power. Okahachiro charged forward, launching a relentless assault that sliced the muscle monster in half. However, in the blink of an eye, the creature reassembled itself, instantly regenerating the damage. A few powerful punches knocked Okahachiro's helmet off, leaving him vulnerable. It seemed Okahachiro was on the verge of defeat, but then Mac released a massive cloud of smoke, offering a momentary distraction. Just as the muscle monster was about to overpower him, a sharp blade pierced the monster's chest. The group learned that only a surprise attack could be effective against Narahayun, and Mac left the scene. When Kato approached, the situation took another twist as an orb emerged from the muscle monster's body. In a last-minute act of heroism, Suzuki shielded Kato from an attack, sacrificing himself. As Kato turned to face Nurahayon, the demon had completed his ultimate transformation, becoming the invincible demigod Skeleton King. Determined to avenge Suzuki, Kato summoned his battle armor in berserk mode and fought with all his might. But his efforts proved futile. The Skeleton King shattered Kato's armor with a single blow and soared into the air, ignoring everyone in his path. Remembering Okahachiro's advice about surprise attacks, Kato decided to set a trap, leaving Reika and Anzu to snipe from a distance. Suddenly, the Skeleton King appeared behind Kato, clutching Okahachiro's head. As he prepared to strike, a sniper shot shattered the Skeleton King's arm. Reika and Anzu continued their relentless attacks, causing the Skeleton King's body to deteriorate. In retaliation, the Skeleton King unleashed his deadly laser, causing massive explosions wherever it struck. Just as Kato was reaching for his gravity gun, he lost both his legs, and Reika was injured in the shoulder by the death ray. As the Skeleton King closed in on Kato, Nishi, who had disappeared earlier, reappeared and sliced the demon in two with his sword, despite his own injuries. Finally, Kato got hold of his gravity gun, raised it, and pulled the trigger. The badly wounded Skeleton King couldn't withstand the gravity gun's assault, and he fell. Kato's relentless attack reduced the demon to powder, eliminating any chance of resurrection. After the dust settled, Kato crawled to Enzu's side, taking her hand in his, before passing out. The mission had concluded, and everyone was transported back to the original room. Their wounds were magically healed as a reward for defeating the Demon King. Kato scored 100 points but chose not to erase his memory and return to the real world. Instead, he used his points to revive Anzu, who had sacrificed herself for him. The story concluded, and it was reminiscent of a movie called Gantz. Here's to hoping that those who enjoyed the film could find partners as remarkable as Reika and Anzu. If you liked this video, hit subscribe and that notification bell. Join our anime-loving community and let's continue this journey together. See you next time!